Hello?
Hey, Cynthia.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. I hope you're not too busy.
Yeah, what's up?
So I'm currently in the coast.
Uh-huh.
We are working on this massive project and I would love if you could do a tour with me.
Funny story. I'm actually at the coast. I'm in Nyali right now. Where should I come?
Oh, that's perfect. So why don't we go for a yacht ride and I can tell you more about it.
Okay, so I'm actually heading here. Let me just do a quick U-turn, all right?
Okay, see you soon.
All right.
Karibu Mombasa tena.
You're finally here. Welcome.
Yes, Cynthia. It was a bit of a drive,
Yes.
but yeah, beautiful day out.
Yes, so let's head out. Our boat is waiting.
Cynthia,
Yes.
where have you brought me? This is quite the structure. I believe we're standing in a place called Kombani in Kwale County.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And it is a huge project that is going to require a lot of work. We're going to be here for quite a while.
I mean, I'm standing in what I believe is supposed to be a gym, right?
Yes.
So, Cynthia, this where I am right now, I'm looking at this massive high ceiling that goes all the way down, maybe a couple of floors, three floors.
Yeah.
You know, and it looks like a house that was done, but now has to be redone from scratch.
Oh, yes. And that is why this is so daunting and very heartbreaking. Because we always say, call an interior designer from the get. And this house was almost done. They did the gypsum, they did a bunch of the tile. And because the structure is not sound, it is not solid, all of that basically means nothing because we have to take away that gypsum, we have to get rid of the tile. And also I have to say, the tile wasn't like the top quality or the best
Right.
fit. So of course we have to come in and change all those things. And you can imagine what kind of cost the client
Has
ends up
incurred.
incurring.
Well, for what it's worth, I mean, this window, the breeze, it's beautiful considering where we are at the coast. It's hot,
Yeah.
it's humid, and you do need these high ceilings.
Yeah.
Now, as I stand here, one of the things that I notice, especially about that massive wall there,
Yes.
is we have a set of windows, but are they deliberately supposed to be the way they are? Because it does not look symmetrical at all.
Not at all, and This is so jarring for me. I think anyone, because I'm like, why is that in the center? And then that one's like way off to the
Right.
left. So what we have to do now as fine urban construction and interiors,
Right.
we can't leave that as it is, because not only is it terrible from the inside, even
Right.
outside, when you're looking at the outside, it's just going to look really wonky.
Right.
So we have to make sure that everything is the same size and it's symmetrical.
Wow, and obviously we're standing here at the third floor, which is the
Yeah.
highest point in the house, and I'm sure we obviously can't go back down that way
No one's
because
that.
the stairway seems to have been pulled out and it's obviously going to be reconstructed.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what that looks like from the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
That's the best view to see what we've already started doing.
Oh, there's already the beginnings of it
Yeah,
downstairs.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, let's try and make our way back from the top to the bottom of this massive structure, which clearly needs a lot of work. But I mean, I'm sure once it's done, it's going to be majestic.
We've started here, which is actually the gym.
Right.
So expect lots of mirrors, probably a mural. You know, we have this incredible view. We're going to talk to the client, find out what equipment needs to fit here. They need a screen and do all that good stuff. But then that's to come much later, once we make sure that the room is exactly how we would want it.
Super.
Yeah.
And of course, the stairway is going to be complete to be able
Yeah,
to get
of
access
course.
to
Yeah.
here. All right. This is a big space, Cynthia.
Yeah, it's
And-
massive.
And there's so much that you can do with it. I'm seeing all this space. I don't guess. I'm thinking this water tank is not going to remain here, is it?
100%, because even now when I'm talking about, oh, it's so massive, it's so huge, I'm sure whoever is watching is going to be like, but this tank, it just feels like it's in the way, and it is. So our goal is to find a very specific space for it,
Right.
where it does not interfere with what we can do with the rest of
Yeah,
the space.
there's so much. I mean, this could be an outdoor lounge. There's so much you can do here. I mean,
Yeah.
I would put maybe like a jacuzzi or something, because look at the view. Look at this view. My goodness. I mean, we've got the ocean in the distance. We've got a little bit of forest cover. I mean, it's beautiful. And the breeze. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
So I think the main thing for this year that I've noticed so far is a trend of views and views and views. Like
Views on views.
Yeah.
Right.
When we come to houses that have incredible views like this one,
Yeah.
we want to create spaces where people can actually come and enjoy that view.
Absolutely.
We don't want to obscure it. So that's why this is so jarring to be here, because
Yeah.
this space has so much potential. And as you mentioned, jacuzzi,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course, this is an area. This is
Oh, so I wasn't wrong. There's going to be a jacuzzi
there
here.
is going to be a jacuzzi in this space, because you can see there's so much space, and it's going to have all those, all that good stuff. You can
Okay.
just have the jacuzzi being the only motivation for
Right.
people to come up here. So we want it to be a full experience, like a seating area, barbecue area, basically
Barbecue, yeah.
yeah, family lounge on the top of the house, where they can all come and relax and really enjoy this incredible view.
My immediate thought is once I finish, in the gym and
Yeah.
I take maybe like a quick shower, I can come and hang out here, maybe do a bit of work, maybe lounge, hang out. I don't have to interact with the rest of society downstairs. I can
Yes.
just literally
Yeah,
spend
yeah.
my entire day on the third floor of my house.
Yeah.
So this is great. I mean, what a shame though. I mean, I can see the tiling is all finished.
It is.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things where you have to start with your interior designer from the get-go.
You have to, because, as you said, these tiles, first of all, they're not terrible tiles, but you've seen the size of this house.
Sure, massive.
You kind of get a vibe for what it should feel like. And there are certain elements when we're walking around, we can tell whoever was starting to do these bits and pieces was kind of just going for the cheapest thing. It's
Right.
like, the house is big enough, the size will speak for itself.
Right.
But no, the touches like tiles make such a great impact.
Right. Well, I know we have a bit of a perilous job of getting down here,
Oh, boy.
because we have to get down, Cynthia. So
This is terrifying.
this is after all fine urban construction and interiors. So for today, we will be construction workers, and
Yeah.
let's be very careful as we go down this scaffolding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because
Do
we saw
take care.
that we completely had to take down the original staircase that was here.
correct,
So this is the only way to navigate around this site.
correct.
Oh,
Do watch
man.
your step.
Yeah.
We
Being
don't want,
extra careful
We
here.
don't want a situation.
Safety first.
Absolutely.
Safety first.
Yeah, so I mean, here we are on, I think, the first floor.
Yes.
So, you know, we've come down and I can see, like, you know, all the tiling was already done.
Yeah.
And you know, this, I don't know what this is. Is this a balcony? What is this? I mean, this tiling all the way to the edge. So,
Yeah.
it's from what I'm seeing here, it's clear that this is going to be some kind of a balcony
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes it all the more confusing.
Right.
As to why you would choose to put such a slippery tile.
It is very slippery. Yeah, we almost did ourselves in over there.
Yeah, if you're not careful, I can't imagine. And that's why I talk about, like, not everyone cares about your safety. You know? Some people just want to put things in your house,
Right.
and they genuinely don't care. They're gonna think it's pretty, that should do.
Right.
Things have to functionally make sense for each space. That is, you're just putting something that's so dangerous.
Right. On the outside, and you know, anything can happen. You can topple over, but
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know, once it
Of
gets
course.
sealed off, I mean, it should be okay.
Yeah.
So we are standing here in what I can only presume is one of the bedrooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to kind of access this house in a different way because, you know, the staircase is not done. So we have to go kind of back to front. So we're in, this is one of the rooms. From the looks of it, it's en suite. And I would imagine for a house this size, all the rooms are, you know, en suite.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's one of the perks, I think,
Okay.
nowadays you
I
don't get.
Yeah, I see there's quite a bit of changes and adjustments to the plumbing.
Yes.
Why is that? Is that structural? Was there a problem with the plumbing? What's the issue?
Of course, when you come to a structure that's almost finished, the things that get you is usually plumbing and electrical work.
Right.
And those are things we have to check and make sure. Like, if you did a terrible wall, like getting a wall straight,
Yeah.
more than likely, you probably messed up somewhere in the plumbing or did not even do the wiring correctly.
Right.
So all those things come together. Of course, we have to do things like that in order to actually also figure out the layout of the bathroom, what makes sense, where should the shower be, where is the toilet bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And one thing that is very, very striking is I noticed that there is a significant adjustment as far as the ceiling is concerned.
Oh.
I'm seeing where the white paint ends. There's a bit more addition going on. What's that all about?
We are in Mombasa.
Yes.
You can attest, as we're standing here, it's quite hot. It is quite hot.
It is.
So when you're building homes in a space like this, that has to be something that comes into play. You don't just fix that later by putting in an AC. That would be a great addition, but you have to think, okay,
Natural flow of air, yeah?
yeah, you don't want to increase the amount of time the client will have to use that AC, therefore making things more expensive for
Right.
them. If you can create that natural flow of air by having higher ceilings, bigger rooms, allow.
I see. Okay,
yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
hang on. So the ceiling was already done, and so you extended it, or
Yes, you can see a very clear line of
Oh.
demarcation, how low that ceiling actually was. It might not look significant, but
once you
look
add,
at-
you know, like you know, the finishing, the cornices, the gypsum, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it lowers it even further.
100%, and you can tell. I think if you take a really close look, you can see that the gypsum was done in this room,
Oh my
and it was just not okay. And that's the last thing that we want. We want the client to be very comfortable in their home after all.
Wow. Okay. And is this a feature of the rest of the house? I guess maybe we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Let me just give you a teaser. It is.
It is. Huh?
It is. Can you imagine having to like kind of tiptoe in your house because you're afraid you're gonna slip and fall?
Right.
Ah, so insane.
I guess this is another room. This looks nice. I mean, there's a bit of a balcony there. Again, with the ceiling, you know, I'm
Yeah.
seeing that has been raised as well.
I mean, it's a nice house.
It is a
You
nice house.
You can tell that, you know, the plans were like the sizes of the rooms are great.
Nice big windows.
Yes.
You know.
But it was just very poorly executed. Very poorly executed.
Well, I mean, okay, so I've counted 3 bedrooms on this floor so far.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3 at the corridor, and coming out here, I'm guessing this is probably going to be like a family lounge, Cynthia?
Yeah. So this area, again, is just another opportunity for the family to come together. I always think of family lounges where, you know, the kids will run off to when the parents are like watching news or something, because that's what I would do. I'd be like, you guys can watch your TV downstairs. I'll be up here doing my own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, the ceiling, I'm seeing it. It's, every time I see it, I'm just, you know, completely flabbergasted.
Yeah, because even here you can see just how many of these pillars we had to shave down in order to do that.
Wow.
That is back-breaking work. It's not easy. Chipping away at cement, I know there's some people, when you see them doing it, they kind of just like, oh, I'm just chipping away. But it takes a lot of work.
Right.
And I'm trying to imagine, right? God forbid the client has built this house, things are not done well, ends up getting an interior designer who also was not going to do all that really well. You know what they would do? They'd be like, yeah, maybe, okay, we'll raise the ceiling, but we're not going to do that extra work of actually. I'll just be like, no, those pillars can just stay as low as they are. They don't need, they'd go the lazy route.
Take a shortcut.
Yeah, and I think overall, it just aesthetically,
I'm just
would
thinking
not
about
work.
the amount of time it takes to just chip away and shave
man.
bit by bit by bit by
And
bit by bit by bit,
time.
and get it even and get it, you know, make sure that it's structurally sound. Maybe add a couple more, you know, bits of steel reinforcements. Oh,
the money, the time that's been wasted for this client is just exorbitant.
it's epic. It's clear that, you know, we've got the beginnings of this staircase.
Yes.
And there's a lot happening with this staircase. I'm looking at the size of it. There's clearly almost 20 to 30, at least 20 to 30 steps leading up to this place.
Yeah.
This is a big renovation, Cynthia.
This is huge. When you think of building a staircase, that has to be one of the more time-consuming and material-consuming jobs. And the fact that we came in here and we had to redo that.
Pull everything out. I mean, here,
All
it's
the
clear.
way.
All of this is the structure, the steel structures. You pulled everything out.
Yeah, all the way. And everything is done with intention,
Right.
right? There's people out there who might think, come on, you guys are just doing that to inflate the cost. You didn't need to take down that staircase. But you would be shocked by the amount of errors in all the staircases. And for this house, with how grand it is, and it being a dream home, the staircase was just boring. There's no better way to put it. It was just boring.
All right. All right. Okay.
You're going to be back here, you're going to see it, and
Yeah.
you're going to love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take your word for it, Cynthia. We've got one more. I see there's one more door.
Yes.
So let's see what's going on there. I can only guess this must be the master bedroom.
It definitely is. You always feel it. There's always extra, you know, room in the master bedroom. There's just always something so unique about it.
No, for sure. I mean, and I mean, granted, this is a massive master bedroom, which befits the client. I mean, you've worked hard.
Yeah.
You've built this beautiful home, this massive structure. So it pays that it's right that you have a significantly large space for you to come and relax at the end of the day. My issue with this is I walk in immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on, Cynthia, because I don't know what's what. What's clear is that that's obviously some kind of a balcony.
Yeah.
There's a big enough space there for a sliding door or glass or something.
Yeah.
That's a window, that's a window. So where do we put the main thing that goes into a bedroom, which is the bed?
Yeah.
This is a bedroom first, before it's any other thing.
Yeah.
So where do you put the bed?
So it seems kind of obvious. Like, I know there's a lot of people who are like, Manasi, what can't you see? Obviously, that's where the bed goes.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, fine. Okay, so there's an allocation for the bed there, but I'm
Yeah.
coming into the room, right? Like I
Yeah.
walk into the room,
Yeah.
and you know, bed,
There it is.
like a hotel room.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, is that the first thing that we want to experience as we walk into our
Yeah.
master bedroom?
It doesn't feel quite right. It kind of feels like something is in your way.
Right.
Like, don't walk any further.
Yeah.
It's kind of stopping you.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main challenges with this room. There's just so many
It's weird. Yeah, it's like what's this? What's this thing?
Well, looks like someone probably had the idea to have a TV wall or something.
So I'd have my bed here,
Yeah.
and then watch TV there.
Yeah.
And then there's a random wall there, and then there's another random wall here. There's a wall right here. Like, what is this wall? What's this?
I mean, you can tell whoever was thinking was like, okay, there needs to be a boundary between the balcony and the bedroom, and like, let's just put this solid wall in there. And it's just, it makes me feel very confused, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what is going on? There's so many big openings next to each other.
Yeah.
And
my instinct would be to put the bed there. I mean, okay, granted, there's this that's a beautiful view. Look at that.
It is.
Look at that. The hills, the forest, beautiful, gorgeous. But if you come in, I would have the bed here,
Yeah.
and then put the TV there. That makes sense. But then the problem with that is. Because I'm not going to put a small bed here. It'd have to be like a
massive. It has
6 by
to be
6 or
big,
an emperor size.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You've got all bed, and then bed,
a
balcony.
Yeah.
So
doesn't-
that doesn't add up quite
Yeah,
nicely.
it doesn't compute. You're
It does-
like, ugh.
Yeah, there's
And you're not gonna put it there again. The size of the bed
Yeah.
really matters. Like what's gonna happen here?
yeah. So I mean, putting adjustments aside, if I don't adjust any structure here, I would have the bed probably if I must here.
Yeah.
Then keep the TV where it is,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, I've got my TV there. I've got my bed here, which would get to maybe this section.
Yeah.
Issue is it's narrow.
It'll be a tight squeeze.
It's like that's it. Like you'd have all bed, and then what do you do? Like unless you build, cabinetry into. Actually, that could work.
Yeah.
It could work. Yeah. I put a bed here, and then put. Look at me. Look like I'm the lead designer. I'm spending too much time on these sites, Cynthia. I'm now the one designing.
It's good.
I mean, really.
It's good. No, it's good.
Because I'm trying to wrap my head around this
how would
space.
it
Like, how would it
work?
work? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would fill this whole thing up with a bed.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with fine urban construction and interiors.
Yeah.
All the furniture is purpose made for the space.
Exactly.
So I would construct a bed that would fill this space, put in some, drawers or whatever storage on either side so that at least, his and hers can have the storage there. Then have, maybe a dresser, maybe something else and something else there, maybe some art.
Something else.
Because this is a massive feature wall.
Yeah, it
There's a lot you can do with this stuff. So bed there, do something with that space, maybe the dresser, put the TV over there.
Yeah.
And then now I have my lounge and then my balcony. And then that's if I don't do any adjustments. If I could make the adjustments,
Yeah.
I'd get rid of this wall, just tear that down.
Yeah.
And put the balcony on this side, extend that section there, close that off, and then have the bed now on that end.
Yeah.
Have my TV there, and then I have more space I'd have the lounge over there, the balcony. I'd have maybe the dresser here. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
you
bed,
can see-
dresser. Yeah.
You can see that either way we choose to go, it's going to require a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done in order to make sure that we're fitting in the correct size bed the client wants. Because if a client comes in and like, I want a 6 by 6, and you're like, no, but we wanted to put it here, and then we needed to be smaller. You don't do that. You
Yeah.
find a way to make sure that that 6 by 6 bed will fit in the space.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna touch this with a 10-foot pole. I'm not, because I always talk about how the designer, our lead designer, is
Right.
so ingenious. I think this is one of the places that makes me realize, like, I couldn't stand here and tell you, okay, this is what I'd want to do.
Yeah.
So I know we have a couple of designers in our audience. So this is a challenge. I
Yeah.
want you guys to also tell us
Where-
with the room as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where would you put the bed? What makes the most sense? We're not here who comes up with the best ideas.
Fair question.
Yeah.
I certainly would not have it in its original place.
Yeah, definitely. I
Forget
know,
about
that's
that.
all I know. I know I'm not going to have it there. But if you ask me where I'd have it,
Yeah.
that's
You don't
the end
know.
of the conversation.
Good luck to the client because I don't know what's going on here.
It is a challenge
There's a lot. I
and
mean,
a half.
there's a lot going on, but what's clear is that this is the bathroom and slash water closet, and this is probably the walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Unless it's big enough to be another room, but I would only assume that this is a walk-in closet.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this will be the walk-in closet.
Right.
And as we walk through,
Yeah.
I think beneath your feet you can tell this is another floor that had been tiled.
Yeah, everything was complete. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see the fixtures and fittings right down to the lighting. Or these are like this is high-end lighting. You know, the switch. So
Yeah.
you know, tiling all completed. And I'm looking here at this bathroom. This is a massive bathroom.
Yeah.
There's obviously a sewer pipe there. So the
Yeah.
toilet, I'm assuming, was there. But you know, that's weird. It's like you walk in and then it's like, hello, toilet.
It's like looking you through the eye. You're
You
like,
know.
I don't need that.
So there's, you know, probably going to be a his and hers, maybe a shower, maybe a bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. What else can you do with this space?
So we definitely want to have a tub.
Sure.
We, of course, want to have the shower. We want to have a his and her sink. We want to make sure the toilet bowl is in the correct place
Right.
so that it is a super functional space.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, so there's a corridor here leading up to another balcony, which is just like randomly by itself. It's just like okay, well, I'm tired of that balcony. I'm just going to come and chill here.
Yeah.
Maybe this could be another I don't know. Could this be storage space? I don't know. But there's obviously some other stuff going on here. Maybe this could be another place to put linens and I don't know.
There's always, let me tell you, by the end of this project, every space that right now doesn't seem like it makes sense,
Yeah.
will have a very particular function to it.
Okay.
There's not going to be any spaces where you're going to be able to walk in after we've done a walk and be like, what is this? Because everything will make sense in the end.
Well, it's certainly a grand master bedroom, but if they can figure out together with the lead designer what they're going to do with this space, where the bed will be, where
Yeah.
the lounge will be, and the entertainment and the rest of that.
Yeah.
But by the way, what's the cultural disposition of this client? Are they local? Are they what are they leaning towards in terms of, you know, cultural design? Is it like Spanish? Is it, you know, African? Is it what is it?
So it's going to be a lot of Arabic inspiration.
Okay.
I keep saying we're in the coast,
Okay.
the coast, but we are in the coast.
Right.
So a lot of design elements that we would use in Nairobi
Yeah.
is not necessarily what we'd use here. And then, of course, when talking about Arabic, it's not just because, oh, we're in the coast, so let's do the Arabic thing. But of course, it's something that's also intrinsic to the client and their belief system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, Arabic, Middle Eastern. I'm assuming, you know, because we are in Kenya and there is going to be some African touches as well.
Yeah.
We've got Giriama, we've got Mijikenda, we've got Duruma, we've got all of those, you know, different tribal elements that might feature. It's going to be a nice. I'm sure it's going to be a nice eclectic.
I'll show you where
Yeah.
it's really going to come and shine.
Okay.
I'm not going to give it away. I want to get there first.
Okay.
But I'll show you where it's really going to shine.
Okay.
And I'm sure the client will be blown away.
Does that mean we're going downstairs?
We are going downstairs.
Let's roll.
Don't worry, I'll scream if anything happens.
So Cynthia, here we are
Yeah.
in beautiful Mombasa.
Yeah.
Mombasa is actually not the only city in the coast of Kenya. We're really blessed as Kenyans to be able to experience the coast on multiple levels, from Lamu, which
Yeah.
is right up north, close to Somalia. We've got, of course, Malindi, which is in Kilifi County.
Yeah.
We've got North Coast, which is where we are, just straddling between Kilifi and Mombasa. And then where our property is going to be, which is the South Coast, which has these beautiful beaches in Diani.
Yeah. It's incredible that in one city, like there's so many different places to go and see.
Right.
And I think that just adds to the fact that you just can't get bored.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mombasa, the city, is part of Mombasa County. Since we've got devolution now as a country in Kenya, the city of Mombasa is huge history from way back when the Arabs took charge of the city as a trading route, as a trading port city.
Yes.
And then, different other influences have come in from the Portuguese, the
Yeah.
British, and that has had a huge influence on the food and the architecture and a lot of the culture and society that's here in Mombasa.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to see the different touches of all those cultures as you walk through. From, as you said, the architecture, like you'll see different buildings. You're able to go on tours, like we've heard of Fort Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's other places that you can go and just hear the deep history of all these people who came and left their mark. But for me, as much as I like going on those sites and learning the history, there's nothing I enjoy more than having a huge variety of cuisine to enjoy.
I knew you were going to bring up food. Yeah, I knew it.
I'm a bit of a foodie.
So what's your favorite thing to eat when you're down at the coast?
Okay, I just said I'm a bit of a foodie,
Yeah.
and this is about to sound really basic,
Yeah.
but when I come to the coast, my favorite thing is viazi karai.
Yeah, so that's like what? If I was to translate that, that would be like just fried potatoes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's something about them.
Yeah.
If I've had them in Nairobi, it doesn't taste the same.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so in the coast, there's just something about how it's prepared with the sauce. So for me,
The
it would be
tamarind
the
sauce,
food.
ukwaju.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, there's something about being able to come to the coast and just enjoy that simple, it's such a simple dish, but it's out of this world.
And living here is so relaxed. I mean, typical of most coastal towns, the humidity and the heat makes it, really chilled. And that's why you'll see, I mean, the architecture in most of these places, it's open air,
Yeah.
lots of space, lots of light.
Yes.
Food is nice and cheap. You have options of on land and on the water. There's
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of water sports to do.
Yeah.
But people, don't realize how important Mombasa is to the economy of Kenya. There's huge business that takes place here in terms of logistics.
Yeah.
And it being a port city and the gateway into the country and sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
Mombasa Port really serves a huge range of countries that rely on that logistics connection from the sea into the mainland.
So it's not just Kenya, because I would think, I mean, it's a huge advantage
Yes.
to have that in Kenya. So which other countries does it serve?
I think, you look at our neighbors from Burundi, Uganda, Rwanda, all of these landlocked countries. I mean, most of the goods that come in from India, from China,
Yeah.
from Europe, from the Middle East, from South Africa. Mombasa is really strategically located. And
Yeah.
so, a big part of the economy, not just of the city and the county, but of the country,
Yeah.
relies on the port services. And that's why the Standard Gauge Railway has, been built to connect that, that main artery of cargo
Yeah.
and people from the port. So,
Oh, that's-
this is a really important place for the
Yeah.
country.
I would say that is just a side of Mombasa I'd never really thought about.
Yeah.
I would describe myself more of like the tourist type. I'm just coming here to eat the food and relax.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Most of the fuel that we consume here in the country are
Yeah.
cars. Basically, anything that's imported, that's bulk. Anything
Yeah.
that's not, taking flight.
Yeah.
Most of it is coming into Mombasa and then going into the different parts of the country.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Cynthia, I will tell you one of the things that I really enjoy about being in Mombasa, and I know it sounds weird, but it's the convenience that you get from just getting a tuk-tuk anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can stand anywhere on the island and, there are like hundreds, if not thousands of tuk-tuks just
Yeah.
cruising around. And for those who don't know what a tuk-tuk is, it's like a rickshaw. It's a
Yeah.
it's a three-wheeled bike with a
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
cover.
yeah.
And they're so convenient. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't need to like request a cab
Yeah.
or a bike. It's just such a convenience. I love being able to move around in a tuk-tuk.
Yeah, I'd go for that over a bike any day.
Isn't it?
Bikes are terrifying. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what else we've got to offer.
Yeah.
Let's head out to the house, and you can get to show me what Fine Urban has come up with
Yeah.
in terms of coastal design.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get to it.
There's a little structure here, the beginnings of a structure.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this.
So this is meant to be a gazebo, and I think from where we're standing, you can tell again, we have this thing, we have the pool house, and then we have this little thing jutting out. I know right now people are just like, it's because the kokoto is in the way, so, moving around will be easy. Yeah, it will, but it just doesn't make sense, the placement of it in the compound. So once we clear out everything,
Yeah.
you have such an odd placement of this gazebo. It just feels like it's in such an area that it makes it so complicated in designing your front lawn.
So this is gonna go?
Yeah, it has to go, but not completely.
This whole thing is gonna go?
Yeah, we want to shift it.
Okay.
We don't necessarily want to get rid of it because we enjoy a good gazebo. I mean,
Yeah,
we've been
but yeah,
inside-
you're right. It's kind of like it's interfering with the rest of the, because that's the gate, right?
Yes.
Like how do you drive in and then, instead of, your attention being on the house,
You have this.
you have this random
It's
thing.
kind of in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to shift this in a place that makes more sense, and that gives us so much more freedom to do all the awesome stuff I'm going to tell you about there.
Okay.
But of course, we can't ignore.
There's a
Look at
tub
you.
here,
You're
Cynthia.
so curious.
There's a well, I mean, I had to check because this could be like a, I don't know, maybe there would be an animal in here,
There's a lion.
like hiding. I mean, Fine Urban Construction and Interiors has a little animal for us, but this is a jacuzzi, Cynthia,
Yes.
a very massive one.
It is huge.
And where on earth is this going to be put?
So, like, you see up there? You see where that tank is
Where we
right
were?
now?
Oh, at the top. I did say that there's going to be a jacuzzi up there,
Yeah.
didn't I?
So that's where this is going to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that's the only, I feel like with all the spaces we've walked through, that's the only place would make sense to have something like this.
So we're gonna do some heavy lifting, lift the jacuzzi up there, bring the tank down here, and I mean, I'm not doing it, so
I do not envy
Whoever
whoever has
is-
to do it. But
yeah.
you know what? Fine Urban Construction and Interiors will get it done.
well,
We'll get it done.
okay, cool. So jacuzzi going up there. This structure is gonna be moved somewhere else because yeah, it is kind of random
In the way.
in the scope of where this house is supposed to be.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So done. We've discussed that structure.
Yeah.
Coming here to what is clearly the driveway, and this huge property. There's so much space here. I mean, this property is easily what, 1.5 acres, 2 acres? I don't know. It's massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's just big. Now, Cynthia, there's obviously some more. I'm seeing that there's perimeter wall that has started here. Not much going on this side.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
will there be a perimeter wall there? And is it what can we expect? Because I've seen some of the perimeter walls that Fine Urban Construction and Interiors does.
Oh boy.
And this is a massive space, so
Yeah.
a lot of wall to work with.
Yeah. And this is going to be even bigger and better than any of the ones you've seen.
Okay.
We talked about that, Arabic influence, and that's where it's really going to shine.
I see.
So all these walls, I should actually find the technical word for what that design is. The Arabic inspired design where it's like a pointed tip and then it has those curves and
I see. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
it's a mosaic of sorts, but
Yeah.
it's almost like calligraphy inspired. Very cursive.
yeah, it's like a very distinctive shape.
Got it.
And you will see it on a lot of like Arabic inspired structures.
You see it in mosques a lot, quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to do that and then just take it over the top because we do it big.
Because you got to do it big.
You gotta do
Gotta
it
do
big.
it big.
We want to have water features about in each one of them.
What?
Yeah, water features along the perimeter wall.
Okay, so let me see if I understand what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
so this is the perimeter wall. So where will the water feature be?
So, you see these areas in the center
Right.
is where the design will actually be. And within that design is where you'll have your water.
Is that why there's that little bit of piping right at the center there?
Yeah, so you
Of
can
every
see.
single.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, right? So as we're working through it, we'll find the thing that makes the most sense. But as we stand here, that is the idea that we are going to try and execute.
That's a lot of water.
It is.
That's
It
a lot
is.
of water, Cynthia.
Yeah, and that has never been a challenge for us because we always do the plumbing right.
Right.
So there's no stagnant water or, wasting of water. So when we say we're going to do something like that, best believe that there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of planning, again, to make sure that we're putting in things that are not going to be a problem for the client.
Well, that is, again, ambitious, but, I'm here for
Grand.
it. Whoever's executing this, power to you. I mean, it's Fine Urban Construction and Interiors after all. What is this? Because this is a whole other structure on its own on the property.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here before we go to the main house?
So this is the SQ.
Staff quarters?
Yes.
I would imagine that, looking at the size of this property, you've easily got people who you've got the guards. You would have someone to take care of this massive garden, someone to make sure that the maintenance is going on, someone to make sure that I would imagine with this kind of a house, you're gonna need like a chef and maybe someone to take care of the general cleaning and administration. So it's an entire team of people who would have to be on the property.
Yeah, they would need to have their own space.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what the rest of the main house looks like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and navigate through here.
We're going to my favorite area.
Yeah.
Yeah, living rooms and kitchen, they just bring me joy. Here we are.
All right.
Oh, we are in the living room.
In the living room.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Great. I can see again with the shaped ceiling. It's obviously been raised.
Yeah.
Big space. Huge window. Natural light. Great. That window and that window are a different size. I don't know why, but maybe you can explain what's going on there.
I can't.
Oh, I thought you knew.
No, I don't understand.
Okay.
I can't. I'm so used to seeing the symmetry in the projects.
Because that's the first thing that I like to come into the middle of the space and
Yeah,
then do a 360 and then make sense of where I am.
Yeah.
And then I get to comment and see what's what.
Obviously, we have this massive space.
Yeah.
It's a very small space. And what else would you notice about this space? Like
Yeah.
what else? That would be the first
That's the
thing.
first
Like,
thing, yeah. I saw it
"Ooh,
immediately. I was
what's
like,
going on
what
here?"
is this? Yeah.
So of course that has to be rectified. We want to, there's already a lot of like coming in through here. So we don't feel like it's okay, let's expand that one. It just makes more sense to close this one off just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we intend to do. It'll still keep.
Yeah, because it's looking right into the the staff quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see how that would
Yeah.
cause a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why things need to be adjusted.
So maybe pull this maybe to maybe there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so of course we'll do a due diligence and do all the measurements. I love the fact that every time I go on site, I see the Fundis with their tools. And
Yeah.
every time I see the lead designer on site, he comes and makes sure those
Yeah.
they're up to a T. Because the slightest error might seem like, it's nothing.
It's gonna
But
push
once
everything
you
off.
Step back, you're like, ooh, there's something a bit wonky about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And obviously we're here at the landing of the new staircase.
Yeah.
Lots of stairs.
Oh, lots of staircases. Like it's the project in Runda.
I remember that. That was
I
a beautiful
remember-
staircase. I love it.
I remember when it was a stage like this, and it just seemed like
It looked like this?
I mean, the staircases have like a very particular step
Sure.
to make sure that they're solid and they're strong. So maybe it didn't look exactly like this one, but I remember when it was just the bare bones of it, and it's like, so how is this even going to turn out?
Right.
And now it looks incredible, so I can't wait, because I know it's not going to be exactly the same. I can't wait to see what we do with this one.
Okay. So living room.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need to make those adjustments to the window. There's obviously something else happening there, which I'm not quite sure of. Maybe you'll talk me through that.
Yeah.
And where are we now? What space have we occupied here?
So we are in the dining kitchen area. So we have a very open plan here. And over there we have yet another space, which is more of like a lounge area.
So okay, hang on. To me, that seems like a reception lounge. And this to me is the living room. I would think because that comes in, there's an entrance and it's the stairway, but in case because if I'm here with my family, I wouldn't want someone to walk into the main house and then catch me watching TV or reading a book or something. I think that's probably a reception area where guests who don't need to interact with the rest of the house can kind of like sit there, do what they need to do. If they need to use the bathroom, they can use the bathroom, finish up and leave.
Yeah.
Right? And then here is a more intimate maybe living room.
Yeah.
You know, now I can, I can let my hair down. I can, now here I've got these big, beautiful windows.
Yeah.
I can chill. I can put my feet up. It's a long day. No one can see me because I'm all closed off.
Yeah, you have your own private space
My own
away
private
from
space.
everything else.
Right.
And I think this is where I'm going to bring in my dad again.
Yeah.
Every time I walk through these houses, I always see things where I'm like, oh, my dad would love that.
Yeah.
One too many times in our household, I've seen my mom having chama. She has chama, and where does my dad go?
Right.
He has to leave the house or
Got
lock
it.
himself
Yeah,
in the bedroom.
And you need another space.
So if this was the house we lived in, my dad would be like, y'all can have the living room. I still have a space to come to.
Do your thing in the reception area. I'm going to
Yeah.
go hang out in the den.
Yeah.
Actually, it's called a den. So this would be probably the den.
Exactly. This is where he would be.
Yeah, okay. Den, and I'm assuming there's going to be some nice landscaping. You've got your water features there on
Yeah.
the perimeter walls. Very nice. Okay,
Yes.
this is adequate. It's a nice size.
Yeah.
And so this is now the dining.
Yeah, so
room.
this is now the dining area.
Okay.
It's walking through this house outside, it's spacious. So obviously the client had a vision of how big they wanted their space, and the space was allocated, but the walls were crooked. Have I even talked about how crooked the walls were?
What do you mean crooked?
So there's a way that if you stand back, you can look at a wall, and it would be kind of.
You're standing, but then you want to kind of bend with
'cause
the wall, right?
Yeah, you can tell that it's not straight.
Right.
It gets to the point it juts out or goes in, and you're like, what? It just doesn't seem
Right.
like it is straight.
Okay.
So there's a lot of times like that, because that's another thing about our lead designer. He does not just, oh, things look straight. Oh yeah, they just look straight.
It has to be really, measured with,
Care.
precision.
Yeah, there's this tool. They call it, I think, a kabiru.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen it held up against the wall, and it's supposed to go all the way, like touch the wall. And if it's like not working, they're like, no, that's not a straight wall. We need
Do
to
the wall
redo
again.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so dining room, out of there into the dining room.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is the kitchen area. It makes sense that this is the kitchen.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
This is the kitchen area. Yet another big space. I told you the living room and the kitchen are the places that bring me joy. I can already see the cabinetry and all and the
Huge kitchen.
Yeah.
Massive kitchen. Obviously, there's plumbing there. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's going to be some cooker.
yeah.
That looks like a pantry. So this extra space here, because if you have a kitchen which is open up, is this going to be open plan or closed plan? Are we closing this off or what?
It's an open plan.
Okay.
But expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Okay.
So of course we're not just going to leave it like this.
Right.
We're going to come up with a very creative way.
Of dividing the
Yes,
space. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So dining into this nice, big, beautiful kitchen. This would probably be maybe if for me, because I'm not seeing where. Okay, there's an area here which could be a balcony. It could be a dirty kitchen, but you don't want to have a dirty kitchen going out into the pool. So I'll probably have an extra stove where I can do some more stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe here, right? To just
Yeah.
complement the
main
lighter
area.
stuff that would happen there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it really does have spaces for all that. But the one thing we have to do is this window. At the moment, we just don't feel like it's big enough.
Okay.
So we want to extend it and probably bring just a little bit lower, so we can have the sink there and it can feel like it now fits the space.
Okay.
Yeah.
And add more light into the rest of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so pantry over there. This is the corridor going back
Yes.
to the toilets.
Exactly.
And there's a random door here. What is this door, Cynthia? And it looks like it's going down into something.
I am so happy that we don't have to go down there because right now it's looking really, really
Yeah, we can't even
scary.
get through. I mean, it's
And I'm
scaffolding
glad.
everywhere. Yeah.
I'm so glad. But that would lead down into the basement.
This house has a basement?
Yeah.
Because why not?
Because why not?
And what, pray tell, is happening in the basement?
More entertainment. We're so used to seeing these dark, scary basements where it's just
Yeah,
storage.
yeah,
you just,
storage.
and no one wants to go down there.
Right.
But that's going to be like a theater room. So
Oh, no way.
yeah, so it's going to be really cool. That's where you'll go for your
Full on
fun
cinema.
Yeah. You know, we want this TV, you don't want that TV. You know, we're bored, we want to have the full cinema.
Because we have a lounge upstairs as well,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want to go watch a movie and just hang out with my people. Let me go.
That's where we're going. We don't even have to leave the house and go, oh, let's go look for somewhere. No, no, no. We have it in our house. I would fill it with snacks. That would probably be very bad for my diet, but that's what I do.
I mean, it's right next to. I mean, it opens up into the dining and the kitchen, so it's
God.
convenient
And
for
you can-
that.
And knowing fine urban construction and interiors, you're not even going to need to come up for anything. They're going to allocate spaces in there to make sure you have all your food and your drink, anything you might need while you're down there.
Well, I think on that bombshell of a basement theater, I'm gonna take a pause on this whole house because I just need to just absorb what I've experienced, Cynthia. The house is still under construction.
Yes.
There's a lot more work to be done.
A lot.
This is a couple of months, right? At least 3-4 months, maybe.
A lot.
More?
A
Yeah?
lot of work.
Yeah. So, you know, I've seen what I need to see. Beautiful, massive pool, different floors with so much more going on. I mean, for me, the pièce de résistance, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Is obviously the basement theater, which I can't wait to see. So I'm gonna just, I'm done. I've had a boat ride today.
Oh yeah, that's where we started.
You know, I've had, you know, we've taken this brilliant tour of this house. So thank you. I need to just go and lie down or hang out at the beach. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out at the beach.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for showing me around. This was amazing. I can't wait to see what the rest of this house will look like in a couple of months.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to be right back here with you. I feel the same way you feel. I feel tired.
Yeah.
But try and imagine the people who actually have to do all the work we've talked about. I'm feeling tired just walking through and talking about it.
I hope you guys haven't felt tired watching that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys, for being with us on this amazing walkthrough of this renovation of this amazing house in Kambani, in Kwale. My name is Mwenesi Musalia, curator of Fine Places and Spaces. Cynthia, beautiful. See you next time.
Bye.
You